Happy Halloween, guys. It's me, Angel Itero 23 from YouTube. Happy Halloween. This season, I am putting out a spooky bedtime story. This will be a spooky story for your inner children and will not be intended for small children or young children. I'm going to try to aim for like 18 plus on this one. This is going to be the story of the Crooked Cookie Monster. Once upon a time, there was a single father who was struggling with his separation from the mother of his children. He feared the mother would take the children from him. He got a no contact order on the mother based on lies, and he feared she would come for the children. They were hard to put to bed. The mother typically would put them to bed, and he feared that the school would report him as a horrible father if the children did not go to bed on time. He had to do something. One night, when he was struggling with one of the daughters, she was bumping around in the bed. She had taken her pants off, and her cookie slipped in his mouth. And she said, "Oh, Daddy, I like that." And said, "Please don't stop." And the father thought for a second and just did what she asked. And the little girl went right to bed with no issues. It became a regular thing. The other daughter even began taking cookie eating because she asked her sister how she was going to bed so easily for Daddy. It was making her look bad, and she didn't want to look bad. The two girls fell in love with Daddy's cookie eating. And one night, the son walked in on a cookie eating and freaked out. He tried to run for the door, and the father stopped him. "Listen here. Your sisters love cookie eating. They go right to sleep for me. Don't you mess this up." And the child was so thrown back and stunned, literal crickets were heard as his father stared deeply into his eyes. And then he went to his room and went right to sleep himself. As a matter of fact, the child became so depressed by what he had seen, he always slept but went to school when it was time to go to school to get away. He feared living in a home with sisters who had cookie power over their dad. Things became very serious. The son planned to run away. He got his things together and packed his bag. And he opened his window to go out. And his father bursted into the room and said, "I seen you packing your things and trying to leave on the camera I planted in your room." And he began to choke him. He said, "You're trying to ruin your sister's cookie eatings." And the child became lifeless. One of the daughters came running into the room and seen their brother's lifeless body lying on the floor. And then they screamed, "Daddy, what happened?" And the dad said he was going to tell your mother about your cookie eatings that you asked me for. And the little girl said, "Oh my God, hide the body." So the little girls helped their father hide the body of their brother. And they drove to the nearest body of water and dumped his things in there. They reported him as a runaway. And nobody ever thought anything of it. The little girls grew up on cookie eatings. When they were teenagers, it started to feel weird. When they couldn't sleep with anybody at anyone's house without having Daddy's cookie eatings. They then knew they had an addiction to their father's cookie eatings that they had asked him for. They blamed no one but themselves. They began to express to their friends the dilemma. And their friends told them their daddies don't eat their cookies. And then they got scared. And they went home one day after people started laughing about their dad being the crooked cookie monster. And they took a bunch of pills and never woke up again. The end. And then the father was free. Because it was a new story. Happy Halloween, guys. Bye. I very much hope you enjoyed my creepy ass story.